those who are new here, I'm Emily, this is Jamie, and we just want to bring you up to speed a little bit on where we're up to on the van life journey so far. So we're going to talk a little bit about the vehicle situation, time frames, and then a little bit about how we intend to fund taking the leap to van life.
Scraping the money together.
How we plan to do that, and then we will sort of reveal more as time goes on, because we don't have it all fully nailed down yet.
We don't have all the answers, do we?
No.
Reveal was quite generous. We'll tell you about it when we know about it.
And some things we've loosely discussed, but there may be some debates because we're trying to, these are big decisions that we're making, so we're trying to make sure we're making the right ones and the right decision for all of us. And then one of us will throw in a curveball, have we thought about doing this or doing it this way? And then we still haven't fully decided. So this video might also be us hashing out what might be best to do. So first, vehicle type. I don't think I mentioned, some of you might already know, but the plan is to vacate the house. Whether we sell it or rent it is another story. We may get onto that.
We are leaving the house. And
we want to do full-time van life with Penny, who's just turned 1, and Summer, who's 3, so our daughters. So a van for 4, full-time living. What van are we gonna? What vehicle are we gonna go for? What home on wheels?
Originally, we was gonna go van, and it was van all the way, and we was looking at a Sprinter, a long wheelbase Sprinter. But I think the more that time went by, and the more Sprinters we seen, the more it became obvious that there's not a lot of space in there.
Yeah, we went to Van Life Festival. We looked at in loads of different vans. There were families doing full van life in them, and we were just like, but we probably could.
I think they were younger though, wasn't they? Not the adults, but the kids. So the kids were just one kid.
Yeah.
From memory, there was a couple in there. They pretty much had a baby, and I could see how you could live in a Sprinter with that sort of a family setup. But we have 2 kids that are on the move, and they're going to need their space, and we're going to need our space.
Especially in the winter when you can't spread out.
No, that's it. So basically, with through necessity and inspiration from seeing other people do it, the leap is to move from a van to a 7.5 ton. Which brings in more complexities and definitely more of a cost, because now I'm going to have to get a Class 2 licence.
Which is how much?
Well, I've been costing it up with local companies, and it is just short of £1,800, provided you pass first time. And with that, you get your training, you get your tests, including your theory, and it's split across 4 sessions.
I'm thinking we obviously want to travel Europe and go to some really scenic places. Can we get a bigger vehicle? I think we're talking lorry size up these mountains, and Jamie's saying, people take lorries up them. Yeah. Narrow roads, does that restrict us?
They get delivery somehow, don't they?
So there's definitely pros and cons to both, but what we don't want to do is think, I wish we had a bigger vehicle. Don't get me wrong, I know so many people that do a van build, they live in it, and then they start talking about onto the next one, and that will probably happen. You've got to live through to realise what works and what doesn't work. And then the other issue that we have is, where do we actually renovate this vehicle? Because if it was a van, we could put it in the...
It could go on the drive. At the very least, it could go on the drive.
What could go on the drive?
You're going to say...
The lorry could go on the drive.
No. The van.
A van could go on the
Yeah, a van
drive,
could
or
go on the drive.
we've got other
Or it could-
access.
Or it could go with the rear of the house.
But if we had a
in the gutter.
lorry, we're not. Where are we going to be able to store that?
It's gonna go. It's gonna have to go in the alley as
It's
well.
going to have to, because if
Yeah.
we're going to be renovating it, we're not.
I'll
It's going
speak
to be a
to.
chore to actually go to whatever a storage unit to
Yeah, wherever
wherever
it
it is.
yeah.
Yeah.
You still think no, we'll be fine. But I'll have to speak to next door and just make sure that they're going to be okay with it overlapping. But again, next door don't use the rear access, so I can't see it being an issue. And
Yeah.
to be honest with you, once I speak to them about it, I feel like people will be excited and they'll want to see what's going on anyway.
True.
So hopefully they'll support what we're doing.
And then I was thinking maybe something in the middle. So there's these sort of like small coaches. I think the thought of, I'm sure I'll probably just get used to it, but the
Yeah, we'll
sort
show
of
them in here.
the sort of being in a big vehicle. I was a bit worried in a motorhome if you're driving it, but I know I'll get.
I was fine in the motorhome.
Yeah, but yeah, if anybody has, if anybody is on the road with a family and
In a 7.5 ton.
or even a van and they've experienced either or full-time van life, then let us know how you make it work or why it didn't work. So time frames?
Time frames. I think the cut-off is to have a truck by February of next year.
Is that what we're saying?
Yeah, that's it. That's my last point. Now, I don't necessarily have to have the Class 2 licence by that point to get the truck, because my dad has volunteered to drive one if we do find one before then and bring it back, which is amazing. Once we get the truck, that makes this more of a real situation and gives it more urgency.
Yeah, that's when I suppose we're really starting to pump some money into it, really, which does make it more
Yeah,
real.
maybe not. It's maybe not so much the money.
It is,
It's,
isn't
it's,
it?
it's more the commitment at that point.
Yeah.
You're like, okay, which I guess is, money is part of that.
We don't just
It's
want
having
to.
this truck then, and you're like, okay, this is happening. Now we've got to start
Can't
doing
just
this,
have
and
it
now we've got to
sitting
start
there.
doing that. I mean, it's going to be exciting though, because I'm really looking forward to working on it and seeing, just pretty much seeing what we can build and what life we can put together. It's going to be challenging, and I can't see it being smooth sailing, but I feel like it's going to be an amazing journey. Well, it already is. It's already been an amazing journey.
Yeah, and with the sort of time frames as well, it is changing constantly. So when we had this idea back in early spring, we said, right, by next spring we want to be on the road. Give ourselves a year, and then time just goes quick, doesn't it?
It does
Before
go
we
quick.
know it, the summer's over, and now we're in September, and we haven't really done anything.
We can make up excuses of, we've got the kids, and we've had work, and you've recently gone back to work yourself. But the reality of it is that things just take time sometimes, and it's not like we've just been sat here not doing anything, because we have been researching, we have been planning.
Yeah, we've been doing a bit of research, and we've been
We've
watching a lot of. I think we've been watching a lot of our videos, YouTube, as to
feeling inspired and making sure that we
want to do it.
Yeah, we really want to do it, because it'd be very it'd be silly of us if we just went, okay, we want this van and we want to go and do this live, and then the next week we buy a van and just go and that's how we find out whether we want to do the live or not.
I think regardless, we can go and do it, and I think whilst our children are still young, it's the best time to do it. I don't want to get to a point in my life where something big happens that makes me really assess my life, and then I want to go and see what's out there. I already want to do that without that sort of
It's almost too late and a bit too hard at that point.
Yeah, and if for whatever reason, 1 year, 2 years down the line, and it could happen, we decide we want a bit more normality, which probably will happen at some point, then we can go back to normality.
I don't envision us being on the road
forever.
forever, yeah. Look at that.
You just don't know. Who knows where that will take us? But I think we've had structure and normality. We bought this house when we were 24, and now we're like, we want to try something different. Whereas you get people the other way around, they don't have that sort of stability and normality,
and they want
and they crave that, and then you have that, and then you crave the other thing, and then you crave, and it's, you know, that can happen.
That's part of the journey, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's our opportunity to find out, and the amazing thing is that, you know, we're going to be finding out whilst we're exploring and finding all these countries out and just seeing the world with our kids.
But I think
and each other.
I think having the children that's a sort of
Brucey bonus.
I think it's opened out. I think they're one of the main reasons why we want to do it. I know some people might think that we're crazy doing it with 2 small children, but I think having them also almost makes me want to do it even more, just to give them that experience as well. We love taking them to new places and seeing them see things for the first time through their eyes.
Yeah, Summer loves it. I mean, Penny's getting to that age where she's going to start to appreciate it all, but you can already see that with Summer.
Yeah.
She's old enough to take it in and really...
She just remember things now.
Yeah, which is amazing. She'll still talk about trips that we've done in the past.
So we'll quickly, whilst we've been talking about time frames, we'll quickly talk about education and homeschooling the girls and how we plan to do that. And then we'll talk a little bit about where we're up to with funding the trip. So
it's quite important, really, isn't it? Because the time frame is that summer starts school in September.
Whether yeah, so that is a deadline and a milestone. But whether or not we're on the road by September, because we haven't actually discussed that in
That's
time
what
frames.
I'm phoning.
We're still going to have to apply for schools for summer because we don't know how long this will take.
You treat it as business as usual.
Yeah, everything is business as usual. But if summer has to start school and has to start school for half of the school year, full school year, that's totally fine. Otherwise, when we're on the road, we are going to homeschool, and I think that I can do just as good of a job as primary school teachers do. I mean, there's the social aspect which people often talk about. Summer's obviously Penny's too young at the moment anyway, but summer is so social.
It probably helps to know that we've got friends who also homeschool their kids, so we've heard and seen how their kids do. And it goes well.
There's
doing well.
Loads of programs. There's the world schooling programs. Like, they can still go to classes on the road. You can kind of work your trip. If you're going to a certain place, have a look, see what's going on. There's, outdoor field trips. We'll be going to all sorts of places and museums. So the amount that they are going to learn from these experiences, combined with, we will be sitting there doing our times table, our maths. So on to funding this whole life change. Yes. It's a bit of a sort of, we've been toying with, do we sell the house, do we rent the house? And we do still keep flip-flopping on that. Yeah. Jamie's very much in sell the house. I'm keep changing my mind, but I am leaning towards renting the house.
It'd be nice if you just have a clean slate and reinvest them on it, because we've put a fair bit of cash into the house, and reinvest that money into something else in the meantime.
So then what do we will be sitting on a big lump sum of cash. What do we do with that cash in the meantime? Because we will intend to work on the road, which that can be a discussion for another time. But
however, the sale of the house isn't what's paying for the truck and this lifestyle. It's going to be something that happens afterwards.
Yeah, but I was going to say, it's still expensive to buy a truck and
massively
kit it out. We don't have endless disposable income, but
we're scraping and saving, aren't
we are now in Operation Save and
Declutter.
Sell. So we're going to, well, we went to have a look at a car boot today. We went earlier in the year as well, just to see what's going on, because I'm sitting on bags and bags and bags of my clothes, the girls' clothes. You've got books galore. We're not going to be able to take all that in the van, and I quite frankly don't want it sat in the house either.
Yeah,
So
we just need to empty, don't we?
it all needs to go.
We've got to be ruthless.
So we're gonna do a car boot. We're not gonna take Penny with us, but we're gonna take Summer with us, because I think she'd quite like the idea of selling, getting involved again. It's, you know, a learning experience for a 3-year-old.
Oh, she'll love it as well.
I think it'd be great.
Yeah, she'll love getting on with everyone.
So we've just got to wait for a Sunday where the weather is okay. We've never done a car boot before, but yeah, we went today and we were just chatting with a few people there, getting a few tips from them. We will insert some footage of our time browsing, and then also when we do get round to doing the car boot, we will film that as well. So we'll let you know, or we'll show you what we'll take. We'll show you how we get on. We'll tell you how much money we make from it as well, and hopefully...
We're just going to take you on this journey, aren't we?
Yeah.
Not just the car boot, the journey of everything, really.
How you go from an idea to hopefully
discovery, yeah.
Seeing it all the way.
Discovery, financing, the problems, the positives, and hopefully, you know, there's people out there that have been through it and have got good advice for us, or they're just interested in what we're doing.
Because we've been getting a lot of advice from the van life community already. Everything to consider, from how to stay connected on the road, filming the journey, what equipment is best. So yeah, if anybody has any little tips,
drop a comment and let us know.
Anything else?
No, that's it. Okay. Till next time.
So thanks for watching this video. If you liked it and you don't already, please do subscribe.
That's all.
Yeah.
Cool.